Hey guys, we're here finishing up the KL swap. One of the last things I need to do is set the ignition timing and the idle correctly. This is a fairly commonly asked question, so I thought I'd walk you all through it. First, I'll start off with the tools we're going to use. Got a multimeter here. Analog or digital will work. We're going to use this to check continuity. So I got it set to ohms. Feeler gauge, I have a 0.4 millimeter and a 0.3 millimeter. We got a 9/32 baby screwdriver, which I lost, and a 12 millimeter wrench. The 9/32 is to remove the bolts off the TPS. You can use a Phillips, but they usually strip if you do, so be careful. And of course, Phillips screwdriver, and our timing light over there. First, we're going to go ahead and set it in Diag mode. So I got my little wire. 10 and ground is jump. And I'm going to go ahead and just get a baseline here. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close my idle air screw here. I'm going to turn about 1.5 turns. That's a good baseline. So there we go. And next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our multimeter here. See if I can get it in the picture. And I'm going to check continuity. This is going to be fun with one hand between pins A and B. Now what we should be getting some continuity when the throttle is closed. So put our little jumpers here. Okay. So come on. Well, I tested this before the video played, and we do have continuity, so we're going to go with that. Next is we're going to go ahead and get our feeler gauge. I'm going to put in the 0.4 just to start off with. This is going to be rough, guess. We're going to go ahead and place this 0.4 right through here. So you got this factory set screw here. If the screw has been modified, this is going to be a more difficult journey for you because you're going to have to find what the factory set position was. If you're missing this completely, you need to find one. Now with the 0.4 millimeter feeler gauge, we should have no continuity between pins A and B. So we'll go ahead and check that. No continuity. And we should have continuity with the 3 millimeter gauge. Now I'm not going to get into that yet because as soon as we change the ignition timing, we're going to have to redo this again. So we'll go ahead and start it up. It's actually not bad. Of course, we do have the throttle position sensor unplugged, which is going to cause issues. So we need to plug that back in. There we go, the fans are off. And we're running about, well, that's almost right in spec. Let's go ahead and take a look at our timing. So we'll go ahead and shoot the crank here. Not like you're going to be able to see this, so we're going to pause you. Alright, so we're right at 10. As you can see, the idle went up a little bit. You probably can hear it. So we're running fairly decent. So now we'll go ahead and turn it off. Now we have the ignition timing set correctly. However, when we set the ignition timing, it's going to throw off our throttle position sensor and idle. So we'll go ahead and readjust this. Now we're going to see if I can set you down. Okay, so I have the 0.3 millimeter feeler gauge in. I'm going to check continuity. I should have continuity. And I do not. So we need to move the TPS, and you need to move this ever so slightly. It is very sensitive. And then you'll recheck. So here at 0.3 millimeters on pins A and B, which is the middle, we have continuity. And now, switching, that is on the 0.3 millimeter feeler gauge. Switch it to the 0.4 millimeter. Check continuity. And we have none. So that sets the TPS. So you want to go and plug it back in. I'm going to restart the car, check the ignition timing again, see if that's changed. And if it has changed, then we're going to go ahead and reset the ignition timing, and reset the throttle position sensor. And then for any fine tuning, we'll go ahead and adjust the idle screw. Now again, if the throttle stop screw has been modified, what you need to do is you need to keep on doing this in stages, where you push in the, keep your idle screw, turn in half, and keep adjusting TPS, the idle set screw, and your ignition timing until you have your idle set correctly. And here we are. We are idling about right. Plenty of exhaust leaks. And we're done.